Hello, everyone. Yeah, here with Claude time today, and we're going to do the lowdown on. No, I heard that. I like this beer, so stop making fun of me. This is a good beer, isn't it? G, shake your head, man. There's nothing wrong with the Miller High Life. Absolutely nothing. Let's get rid of the little rock music here and hold off on that. Okay, good, good. Let me let my friend G in. What are you drinking today?
Claude, today I got a big Corona.
Oh, you're a show off. I got a big old Miller High Life. Save that Corona for Cinco de Mayo, man.
And I went to the store and a friend actually bought. I ran into a friend at the store, and he actually bought this for me. So I was like, okay, heck
That's
yeah,
pretty good, man. That's what I call. I would define friendship as someone who bought me a beer.
yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Except my wife. I remember this December last year. She was doing Secret Santa buying for the Lions Club, and she was in line with like 300 and something dollars worth of clothing and toys for children from Secret Santa. We adopt like families that can't have the best Christmas. She's in line, and there's a guy in front of her, and he says, "What's that for?" And she said, "Secret Santa. We do it every year from the Lions Club. We raise money." He said, "I'm paying for it."
Wow.
$380, and he put it on the. My wife said, "No, we already raised the money. That's so nice." He says, "No, use that money and buy those kids more stuff." And
That's awesome.
so when
Yeah,
someone
that's
buys,
awesome.
yeah, it's like when someone buys you a cup of coffee or even a beer. Corona, you ready to crack it open, man?
Let's do it.
Let's do a beer review. Corona versus Miller High Life. Miller High Life, a two for. These are, I think, 24 ounces. They're about 4.3, 4.4 APV. Established 1903. And it's the champagne bottle beer. I've had this. I threw this in the freezer. I'm in San Diego. It's been 70, 72 degrees all day today. A beautiful day. And oh, here we go. I like a big old foamy head. I pour aggressively. And here's my Ballast Point, my favorite brewery in the world, Ballast Point in San
Okay.
Diego. Did you ever go there?
No, where's that at?
Little Italy, Oceanside. They're in a couple places now. They make a beer called Sculpin. Really good. Really
Okay.
good. So
Yeah, no,
for the
I've never
smell.
been. That's over there in the West Coast.
Oh yeah. The,
Yeah.
the left coast. Yeah. Yeah.
No,
They call it
I've only
they
been
call it the
from
left coast
Texas.
for.
Only been from Texas east.
Yeah. I'll tell you about California. I came here, oh shoot, 20, 30 years ago at least. And I loved it. I came out here in February from New Jersey, and New Jersey was just cold and wet and damp. And I got off the plane, and San Diego is the most perfect. It's a Caribbean climate. It's always 72 degrees here.
That's
It's our
beautiful.
average. It's our average temperature, and it's just so. It's the most it's low humidity. We get a little breeze going here, at least where I am. I can see the ocean from my house. We're on a big hill here. And God, I love it. I mean, the food is good. The people are very nice. They're crazy. Don't talk politics, and you'll be fine. Minute you talk politics, holy moly.
Yeah.
Minute you tell it's crazy. They get all emotional and upset and everything like that. Because I'm a pretty conservative guy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I judge each issue by its merits.
I've never been too much into politics, especially since I've never been able to vote until recently, because I barely became a U.S. citizen a couple years ago.
Well,
So
congratulations, wonderful man.
yeah, thank you. Yeah. So I need to look a little bit into it because I know it's my duty as a citizen. But the way stuff is right now, man, I don't even want to start digging into that.
Well, it's very our politics comes and goes in different waves. We either get very conservative, we get very liberal. I like to stay right in the middle. I'm a I'm a guy who loves. I'm an immigrant, the son of immigrants. Okay, my parents came here from Germany. They escaped the Nazis. They came here. They worked like hell. My dad had a little bodega, a little grocery store in New York City. Didn't speak English very well, but he worked 8 days a week. The man would never.
Hmm.
He'd take one day off every 2 3 weeks. He worked his butt off. And that's the story of immigrants in this country, where
Yeah,
they're just so grateful to be here and have a chance.
yeah,
And as a result, I got a good education. I went to school, law school, business school. My kids went to school. They're doing better. I want them to do better than me. Every generation does a little bit better.
yeah, yeah. That's what I've seen too. My dad was the same way. He was always at work, and I'm always at work too. But I think I'm better off than they were, and then I expect better for my children too. Especially because we learn more. We learn and learn, and we like to use the whatever's at our advantage.
Oh
Whatever's out there.
yeah, I know so many wonderful immigrant and children of immigrants stories. The trouble is, by the third generation, nobody values what the abuelitas went through.
Yeah,
What grandma and grandpa did,
yeah,
right? It's abuelita, see?
yeah, abuelita. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, they worked so hard, and so that it was always easier for the next generation. They didn't have fancy cars. They didn't take vacations. They didn't drink really good cheap beer. Yes, they did.
the
But
Corona.
I love Corona, but I like it. I like it with a lime. I like lime with it. I'm a
Yeah,
traditionalist.
yeah, that's what I need now.
Yeah, you need a lime and maybe a small shot of Centenario tequila.
Ooh, I
Small.
got a good bottle here right now.
Get it out. Get it out. Show us. Get it out. Show us what good tequila looks like. I'm on a tequila roll right now. Costco. A little story here to share with you folks who are listening right now. Costco. You ever see those end cap displays? And I drink tequila once in a while. I like it. It's not something I drink often, but they had an end cap. Oh, Don Julio.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, baby. You're gonna pour a short. You're gonna take a short sip and show everybody how good it tastes. Just
I'll do it.
a little one, a baby one.
I got that last week when I was at Myrtle Beach,
Yeah.
and I didn't finish it. I just drank a little bit and
Oh,
went to sleep.
tell everybody. Give me 30 seconds. I want to get my bottle of tequila too. Talk to everybody who's watching. Tell them about Don Julio, how much it costs, what it tastes like. Why is it so dark? Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So um, this cost I think 60 something bucks. I'm not too much of a tequila. I'm more of I like black label whiskey. But this, my brother-in-law drinks this. Um, so he was with me. I said, "Hey, I'm gonna buy this for you." But he didn't want to drink tequila that night. He ended up drinking Coors Light because that's what he drinks. So I ended up buying it and brought it back home. So Don Julio's good. I've drank some before. Um, since it's good tequila, the hangover's not as bad as normal stuff.
God, hangover. That's no hangovers, man. No, thank
Yeah.
you. Well, how much is a bottle like that?
This costs 60 something.
Really? Wow. And how big is the bottle? 750 milliliters?
750, yeah, 750 milliliters.
$65.
Yeah.
Is it worth is it better than Patron?
Oh yeah, yes, yes,
I don't
most
think
definitely.
I don't get Patron. I think it's okay. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's worth as much as they charge for it. I don't think it's a great tequila. I think it's it's a good tequila.
Yeah, they might have. I don't know if they might have changed up the recipe or something. But I don't go towards Patron too much anymore.
Yeah. We got one guy up here. He says he doesn't like he prefers ganja.
God,
That's a whole nother thing. Legal here in California and in my other state, in Colorado. They started the whole thing. Governor Hickenlooper made it all legal there.
mhm.
It remains to be seen whether society becomes a better place. I did all my ganja in college, and I never really liked it that much anyway. Uh, I,
What is ganja? I don't know what that is.
Tootski,
Oh,
pot, cannabis, ganja.
Okay.
I've never liked it that much. It makes me, I don't know, shaky or something. It just, it never. And man, the stuff we had in college was like it was like something on the bottom of your garbage disposal. I mean, and today it's really strong and really good. So $65. I came across this at Costco.
Centenario, yes.
And I asked a few people in the store, and they would tell, and they were saying this is the most popular tequila in Tijuana. This is the people's tequila.
Yeah, in Mexico, people that's what they go for.
Go for, and in Costco, it was an end cap display. It was $21.99. Okay. Speaking of people who know about, he's got a Band-Aid on his head. Did you fall off that motorcycle?
He must have done some kind of trouble.
He's back. This is Dandy Randy George. We were talking today while I was running. Randy, do you like tequila?
No.
Okay.
No.
Tequila is as close as a liquid you're going to get to ganja. I just told G what. G, do you know Randy? Randy, say hello to G.
No, what's going on, Randy?
Me? I'm always the happening thing.
What happened? What happened on the forehead?
I think it's skin cancer, actually.
Girl hit you with a bottle. Come on.
Yeah, whatever.
This is $21.99 at Costco when you can get it. I went back. I tried it. I loved it. I went back, sold out. And then last week I went back and they had a few bottles on the shelf. I grabbed 3 bottles, put away for a rainy day.
You're hoarding it. That's why they were sold out.
Hey, listen, if you're going to hoard something, listen, some people hoard toilet paper. I'm going to hoard tequila. Good stuff. Anyway, you go to the store and this is $50, $60 in Bevmo and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But when you get it at Costco, when it's there, it's a good buy. And I think it's some of the best I've ever had. Absolutely.
Same thing as Sam's Club. When I go to Sam's Club and I go to buy liquor, I can buy for $22. I can buy a bottle that you can go down to the liquor store and it's 40 or 50.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, when you're a Costco or a Sam's Club, you're paying a membership fee. Costco, I think we pay about $1.50 a year. And
Yes.
You subsidize a lot of the good deals, so you can get something that sells for 2-3 times as much. If you know your prices, you can get good. I'm going to get a bottle of the Don Julio, though. You sold me on it, man.
It's good stuff.
Do you see what just happened? And I will buy it. You're talking to me about it. You're telling me how smooth it is. It's a beautiful bottle. It's dark and everything. I'm going to go out and buy it. What's the power of word of mouth in business?
Yeah. Hold
up that bottle. Put it up close there. Let me just see that. Is that? It's a Reposado. This is a Añejo. Añejo.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Thanks for correcting me. There. Why is this the bet? What's the bet? What's the difference between a Reposado and an Añejo?
Well, I do know that with Don Julio, Añejo and Reposado, this is a $10 difference. So the Añejo is $10 below this one.
Really?
Yeah, that's the only thing I know.
Is it about filter? Is it about filtering?
I don't even know. I don't even know exactly what the difference is.
Amazing, and then there's and I was looking yesterday. Where were we? Oh God, in Vaughn's or Ralph's or something. That's the supermarkets out here, and they had a bottle of mezcal. Mm-hmm. What is mezcal? Is it? It's like a tequila, isn't it?
I call it Mexican moonshine.
Mexican moonshine. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But it's got its levels of good stuff. Like there's real good mezcal. There's real good stuff.
With or without they won't let you do the worm anymore, will they?
I'm not sure. I've never seen a lot of mezcal here, but in Mexico they still have it.
They still have the worm in there, sure. Okay. Yeah. Chris Lopez says Maker's Mark is my favorite. That's I believe, I have a bottle downstairs. I'm not a bourbon guy, but if you're going to have bourbon, Maker's Mark blows away Jack Daniels. Absolutely. And if any of you guys want to, by the way, just let me put this here. If anybody wants to come on, I'm going to put the link up here and tell us about your favorite adult beverage here. And I'm going to post it right now. And the more the merrier. I think we can take up to 8 people here on the stream. It's funny. I've got some very expensive beer in my fridge, but when it comes down to it, I love a good old cheap. I'll take a Miller High Life 2 for $5 in a 24-ounce can, and I'll enjoy the heck out. I'll enjoy the heck out of this.
Well, around here you can get PBR or you can get Pabst Blue Ribbon, either one.
I like Pabst Blue Ribbon, and people make fun of it. Oh, it's a cheap college beer. No, it's a real American lager. It's a good beer. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. And when I was running today, I was talking with Randy. Let me show you. These are I run 5 to 10 miles a day easy. Here was the today when I was running. This is a good old canyon up by my house. It's hard to see it, but they go really down and deep. These canyons. Got to watch out for the rattlesnakes right now. And then if you want to get out of the canyon, they have a trail that goes around the canyon. And you can knock out miles and miles on. It's kind of a little gravel trail.
That's nice.
So if you don't want to mess with the snakes and things like that, I've run into rattlesnakes, skunks, possums, tarantula once. Have you ever seen a tarantula?
I have a pet tarantula.
Do you really?
I did at one point, yeah. Years ago when I worked in pest control. We go around to the various malls with snakes and tarantulas and stuff like that, and show people that we could solve their pest control problems. And we had a tarantula that was probably this big size of my hand, basically, almost.
Yeah, they're huge. Yeah.
And tarantulas, 007 gives tarantulas a bad rap. If you remember that movie where the tarantula comes down, first of all, most of them don't use webs like that. But if you don't put your hand over where they think you're going to get crushed, and you can pet them. Let me see if I can get my phone far enough away. But you can pet them like one finger, and they're fine. They're soft and fuzzy and.
Oh yeah, they're not gonna unless.
Quite cool.
Oh yeah. And I've run into them here in California. They're actually, if you can capture them, you can resell them. There's people who love them as pets and stuff like that.
Yeah, they help keep your house free of vermin.
Yeah, unless the middle of the night you're going to the bathroom, you might step. You don't want to step on one though, right?
No, you don't want to think. You don't want to think you're being crushed.
No. Chris says, Claude, High Life is a great beer. It's just a good beer. It is what it is. It's an American lager. It's not a fancy. Last week I was drinking Pliny the Elder beer. It's $7 a bottle. It's an excellent beer. But sometimes you just don't want to drink one of those strong beers. You want just something. You don't want flavored beer. You just want something that tastes like beer. Coors Original, I agree. I like.
Now wait a minute. Where are you getting the Coors?
Colorado.
Now see, if you're in the Rockies or West, when I was out in California, Coors was a great beer. But for some reason, you get on the east side of the Rockies, like where I am in Georgia, Coors sucks. It's not a good beer here.
Yeah. Here's the thing about Coors. Coors, you guys remember Smokey and the Bandit days?
Yeah.
Okay, Burt Lancaster. Coors used to be the freshest, most wonderful beer in the world. I'm going to age myself here. I think I'm talking about the late 80s, early 90s. It was never sold off the shelf. It was always refrigerated, always. And I think good beer should always be refrigerated. And Coors tasted better. I think Coors had a completely different taste when it was refrigerated. Now it's on the floor of supermarkets. It's on the shelf and everything. I don't think beer. I think beer can get damaged if it's not kept cool for a period of time, for a consistent period of time. I like it cold. I like it cold. Something else I've learned. Did you know there's a date when they made the beer on the bottom or around some of the cans? Some companies hide it. Some don't do it at all. And the really good companies put the date on prominently. So you know you're getting something that was brewed a week or a month ago, not 5 years. Sometimes you get this old shit off the shelf. It's horrible.
Well, Budweiser's got the born on date. At least here in in Georgia they do. Florida also. Prominently displayed around the top.
Do you know what's
called
good
the
about
born on date?
I have no problem with Budweiser, by the way. Do you know why I like Budweiser? Because it's popular and it turns over fast. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's not a bad beer. People give it a hard knock, but I think the number one beer in America is Bud Light.
You're probably right.
Yeah. And one of my favorites is Bud Light with lime. I love that lime and a beer. Just something to throw down. Good. Tonight's pizza night. Okay. This will go great. Miller High Life go great with pizza.
Yeah.
I got prep. I'm going to say something I've had 2 sips of beer here. So it's like sodium pentothal to me. I went down to Costco. I'm a New Yorker. My New Yorker friends they're going to kill me. Cause I come from the land of great pizza. Tonight I went to Costco and I bought a couple pepperoni slices for dinner tonight. That is such. I like it. I think it's okay. It's in New York. Pizza is like people get into fights.
Okay? Religion.
People disinherit family members over what's their favorite pizzeria. Okay.
Did you buy the whole box or just a couple slices?
I bought 4 slices because my wife doesn't like it. So I just bought 4 slices for me. I'm going to eat 2 and put the other 2, probably munch them at 2 in the morning or something like that.
Breakfast.
You
don't eat breakfast, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in some parts of New York City particularly, pizza's a religion.
It's very serious. Best pizza I ever had, little pizzeria, Netcong, New Jersey, about 60 minutes outside New York City. Little family, I think it's 3 or 4 generations. Little place, little hole in the wall pizzeria, and you don't even need pepperoni or sausage or mushroom. It's so good. I mean, you bite into it, the cheese is still bubbling and sliding. The oil goes down your arm. You get this, and when you bite into this, and you're burning the roof of your mouth, but you don't care about the pain because it tastes so good. Okay. That's a slice. That's a slice.
I think the best I ever had was when I was out in LA. There was this little old Italian lady that had this little hole in the wall pizzeria.
Those are the best.
She made everything fresh. She made her own cheese. She started out with fresh tomatoes, and God, it was good.
Oh, best Mexican restaurant I ever went to. Same thing. Claudia and I moved here, I don't know, 1989, 1990. I always forget. And right across from our apartment building, okay, I'm in law school. Claudia's a nurse, trying to get into real estate here in California. There's a little place right across, mom and pop. They do that. What's that great Mexican beer, Negro? It's a brown bottle. It's a fantastic Mexican beer. It's not Carta Blanca. It's
Modelo?
No, it wasn't Modelo. It was Negro. And I'll look it up later. And they would make homemade fajitas. And, whatever you want, beef, pork, fish, shrimp, chicken, and they bring it steaming right to your table. I mean, spitting oil all over it. They give you these great homemade flour tortillas, and you throw this on with the refried beans and some rice and some hot sauce and bite into it. I'm hungry, you can tell. What am I doing? Am I doing a little hypnotic selling with food?
Yes, you are.
Can we do that? Tequila, beer, food. and there's a point to talking about all these things. Not only because I'm hungry and I love talking about food, but food is really easy to put in someone's mind, isn't it?
Yes.
And it sticks there like a bad song that you can't get out of your head. You ever get that song in your head and you can't stop whistling or humming it all day
Yes.
long? Doesn't it drive you crazy? Stop. And but if you can do that in real estate, in business, in what you do, oh my gosh, you can make so much money by putting pictures in people's mind, conditioning them essentially. You're like the guy Pavlov who rang the bell, and every time the dogs heard the bell, they thought it's dinner time. They started salivating. Can you do that with? You think you can do that with people with your words and your stories?
Let's try it. Claude, I know you need some new countertops in your house. Those old Formica ones are just worn out. And, buddy, I'd love to help you. You know, if you want to get one of those nice marble ones or granite, you're looking at 100, 150, 200 bucks a square foot. I can come in and do a custom design, custom countertop for you for about 30 to 35. Would that be something that'd be of interest to you?
Shit, can you do Colorado, California, and North Carolina?
I might do North Carolina.
Yeah, that'd be easy for you. North Carolina's right up the street. What is North Carolina? 4 or 5 hours from you?
Yeah, about that, 4 or 5 hours, yeah. Now, South Carolina is an hour from here.
Okay. Randy's going to come to the house and redo our countertops.
He's sold it. Randy, where are you at?
I'm just outside of Athens, Georgia.
Okay. I'm in Charlotte.
I charge about 30 bucks a square foot.
You're not charging
Who's
enough.
there with you, Claude?
What's that?
Who's that with you right there? Who's that beautiful lady beside you?
That's Claudia.
It better be his wife.
It's my daughter.
Better be his wife. Hey, G.
Hi,
Hey,
Claudia.
Randy.
Hey, Claudia.
No, just one hand.
Just one?
You don't do both hands.
Oh, God. I don't know about that stuff. Tell G why I'm doing that, Randy.
Oh, I was talking to Claude earlier before he went on his run, and I told him I'm going out riding my motorcycle today. And he goes, "Oh, go vroom vroom," and I said, "Well, I can't. It's out front, and I'm talking to you on the phone." So when I actually got out on the motorcycle, I got down to local gas station, and I called Claude back. I figured he'd still be running, and I'd rev up my motorcycle, but Claudia had already picked him up. So I pulled out the phone and I revved up the engine. It's a 88 cubic inch Harley Electric Glide.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
Was it loud?
it's a beautiful bike. You got a picture of it?
Not that I can put on the phone.
Oh, it's a beautiful Harley, a beautiful bike.
Yeah, it's jet black. It's only got like 26,000 miles. Jet black with American flag on the center console.
Yeah, I love that. Who was that hand painted? Because it's beautiful.
It was on there when I bought it. I suspect it came with the bike because it's inlaid. It's enameled in there, and it is really, really pretty.
I love motorcycles, but I can't ride them. When I was a little kid, you know those little rides, that little horse ride in front of the supermarket. You put a dime.
Yeah.
I'd fall off that. I got a little, I mean, I can't stand. My dad would, he could never. I think I was 16 before they took off the training wheels on my bike. In college, I bought a Honda, for $100, 100cc Honda, the easiest bike in the world. It's not even a moped barely,
Yeah, it's a little bigger than a moped, not much, but a little bit.
I couldn't ride that damn thing. It fell on my foot. I was on crutches I swear, you know this, don't you, Claude?
Yes.
Okay. So there's some people who should never get on a motorcycle. And I'm one. What did Jack Nicholson say? A man's got to know his limitations.
Yeah, well, I can get on mine. I rode it, probably 150 miles today.
Really? And you loved every minute of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's hard to ride like that without having a smile on your face,
How about riding in the fall when the leaves are changing, the air's getting a little crisp? Isn't riding a bike the best in the fall?
It depends on how cold it is. Because believe me, when you're doing 70 miles an hour on a motorcycle, if it's chilly out, It's goddamn cold.
Wait a second. I understand that the Harleys now have heated seats and heated handlebars.
Mine don't.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's
Those
for
new-
the new millennials that can't take the cold.
I didn't know.
mine
Go ahead.
mine doesn't have heated anything. You know, if it's cold out, I've got chaps I can put on. I've got a good heavy leather jacket. I've got good heavy gloves, and I got a helmet, and I can put on, skull cap and so forth. But it's still damn chilly out.
Yeah, but it's nice. Women,
It is.
you drive on that motorcycle, on that Harley, and your nice leathers, and women faint and men cry when they see you, Mr. George. Right?
That hadn't happened to me lately, anyway.
What did you? You went to a rally today, right? A
I
motorcycle.
went to a party. It was one of the clubs was holding a charity event, charity lunch for somebody. So I went.
Motorcycle clubs are big fundraising. Motorcycle clubs seem to do a lot of fundraising.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There's the hardcore clubs, the 1% clubs. But my club is not a 1% club. Most of the clubs I know are not 1% clubs.
What do you mean by 1%? I don't know what that means. 1%. What do you mean?
Years and years ago, when motorcycle clubs were first getting popular after World War II, some newspaper or something came out and said, the American Motorcycle Association came out and says 99% of all bikers are great people. It's just that 1% that cause problems. And ever since then, the really hardcore motorcycle clubs say they're 1%ers.
Okay. Okay, got it.
And I mean, but even the Hells Angels have a toy run. So yeah.
Yeah, just don't let them handle security at your Rolling Stones concert.
At your Rolling Stones concert, certainly not in Altamont.
Yeah, you get out of line, they just kill you.
Yeah, take them to the back.
Well, in their defense, I think the guy that they killed was the aggressor. I think it was defensive to a degree.
It was the 60s, a lot of drugs. And
68,
stuff.
I remember.
It was crazy. But yeah, absolutely. I remember I live in a town in northwest New Jersey, and I always heard this story that back in the 50s, a motorcycle gang came into literally took over the town. It was only one or two policemen, like Andy and Mayberry, literally took over the town, and they had to get the state police in. New Jersey State Police are pretty tough guys, by the way.
Yeah.
They had to capture the town back in the 50s because this town just overran the town. They just took over.
I don't know. That sounds like something out of Marlon Brando movie, The Wild Ones, which came out in the late 50s, I think.
Not a bad movie, by the way.
Yeah.
Not a bad movie. Okay. Better than Rebel Without a Cause. Do you remember all those motorcycle movies? Billy Jack wasn't a.
No, Billy Jack was the Indian Green Beret that came back and kicked everybody's ass in the small town.
Right.
I'll tell you what gets to me is all the biker movies, especially from like the 70s and 80s. They had all these big tough bikers. And if you look, maybe 1 in 10 is a Harley Davidson. Most of them are Hondas or Suzukis or whatever. They're not what bikers ride.
Where's my 100cc Honda today? It's probably still
in a movie.
It's probably still running.
Yeah, it was probably made into one of those movies.
Oh yeah. What are you guys watching on TV? You're gonna laugh. HBO has I love Julia Child. They've got a series on Julia Child right now on HBO. It's pretty good, and they also have something called Tokyo Vice. You guys, if you like, it takes place in Tokyo. It's an American who speaks fluent Japanese. He works for a newspaper, and he's trying to uncover the mafia in Japan and stuff like that. It's pretty good. It's called Tokyo Vice. Have you guys watched anything you like lately? And I think, I'm going to get in trouble for this too. I think the biggest overrated movie, the biggest bore in the world, is The Batman.
I haven't seen it. I've watched parts. I've watched parts of Reacher, Jack Reacher movies.
I like that. Tom Cruise.
No, the other guy, the new guy.
Oh, the new guy, the series. That's Netflix,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen excerpts from it,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks really good.
I like.
And I've read all the books. I've read all of the Reacher books, all
Okay.
26 or whatever. And Jack Reacher in the book is, he's like 6'5", 250 pounds.
Yeah, Tom.
Ex-military cop.
Yeah, that's not Tom Cruise, is it?
Yeah, Tom Cruise is like 5'9" and 140 pounds.
First thing, Nick, here's a trivia question. First thing, he was married to Nicole Kidman, and after she got divorced, from him, what's the first thing she said to the public?
Thank God I'm not in Scientology anymore.
No, thank God I can wear high heels again.
Oh, yeah.
It's true. It really is true. Because she's a tall woman, and Tom Cruise, I think, is 5'6" or 7.
He is 5'6" or 7. She's like 5'9" or something.
I'm 5'8" and 1/4, and I'll take that quarter. Absolutely. Here's a great book I'm reading right now. Do you guys like Baldacci?
Baldacci, yeah. I like David Baldacci.
I'm reading Gambling Man. Really good. I mean, it sucks you in on the first page. It when you have a good book and you don't want to put it down, you're just streaming through it. Don't you love books like that?
I got one for you.
Okay.
I believe it's called X Troop. Just came out. It is the real live true story of the German Jews that fought for the British and the commandos, the real Inglorious Bastards, the one that basically. And these guys, were like I say, they were all German Jews, and they went through commando school, and I mean they were at Normandy. They did all kinds of shit, and I think there was all total there was like 87 of them. 20 of them died in battle. 20 of them became officers, which is unheard of.
Who's the
risen
author?
through the ranks.
Who's the author?
I don't know. I just got it out of the library and finished it off like yesterday.
It's called X Troop.
X Troop.
Oh, here it is. I'm finding it right now. Let's see if I can get some images on it.
But yeah, it's the real true story of these German Jews that became commandos for the British during World War II.
Wow.
Fascinating story.
I love stuff like that. Let me see if I can. There we go. There it is. Can you guys see that screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is. That'll be made into a movie. It's by Leah Garrett, I believe. A woman.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Looks good. Oh, let's get rid of that. Let's stop the screen. I'm going to check that out. I love. Give me a good book. Do you guys ever use Canopy or what's the other thing I use? If you like free movies, there's a great application called Canopy with a K, and if you have a library card, you can watch great movies. There's also, if you like books and you have a library card, you can go into something called Libby. I use Libby, and you can get any book, audio or a regular reading book. You can read it on Kindle or whatever, and you can get it totally for free.
That's nice. Yeah.
It's called Libby, and it's fantastic. Randy, I see you on two different screens here now. He must have froze. He froze on the one.
It went Looney Tunes. There we go.
Okay, now we got it. Yeah, I was just talking about Libby. it's an application where you can get audio and regular books for free. Sometimes you get them right away. Sometimes you have to wait a couple weeks. But you can get any book you want totally for free, audio or regular. So I love and give me a good book. Oh gosh, a book is your best friend if you're sitting in the airport and your flight's been delayed, man.
Oh yeah, Claude, I'm getting terrible echoes. I'm going to leave and try to get back in, Claude.
I think what I have to do is pull you off on one thing. Hold on a second. I'm going to kick you. I'm going to kick you off from the one screen, and maybe that'll improve it.
That did it.
Okay, there you go. There you go. So anything, you had some questions. Yeah. Randy, you had some questions for me, or G, on marketing. Randy, you wanted to ask me a few things today.
Yes, I did. I am, we were discussing earlier, I am trying to start a business doing countertops, epoxy countertops. Because
for $30
for many reasons.
$30 a square foot.
30 to $35 a square foot, custom design.
Wow.
Now once I get going, once I get better at it, my price will probably increase.
That's good.
But yeah, I'm still in the learning phases now. I'm still doing samples. I showed you those samples, didn't I, earlier?
You did. If somebody in the Southeast, in the Atlanta, Georgia market, wants to have a beautiful marble custom design countertop, how do they get hold of you?
Randy George, 706-612-4274.
Okay. Say that slowly.
706-612-4274.
Okay. They give you a call and they'll say they heard you on Beer with Claude, and you're going to give them a great deal. So your competition charges what? $100, $200, $300 a square foot?
Yeah, for the marble. Some of the marble goes for $300-$400 a square foot. But I can do it for a fifth of the price. Depending on what they get. If they get just plain. But I can make it sparkly. I can put bling in it. I can you show me what you want, and I can probably make you a sample and see if you like it or not.
So you actually create these countertops? You create them? You manufacture them?
I can manufacture them, or of course that's a little more, but I can also just go over your existing countertop if you've got laminate, or not laminate, but the other, what I'm talking about, the countertops that come in most houses.
Okay.
Not the high end houses, not that, but your standard starter houses, if you want to upgrade a little bit, and it's the I want to say flat. What am I trying to say?
Laminated, press board.
Yeah, the press board with the cover over it.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what. If you're ready to move here to the Soviet Socialist state of Southern California, you'll probably be busy as hell.
I'm hopefully be busy as hell here in the free states of the South.
the free state of by God, Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Good. Gee, you got a question or anything? We've talked about beer, tequila, food, movies, books. Anybody want to talk about business at all?
Well, okay, yeah. I mean, I got a lot of business questions, but I wanted to ask you earlier. Have you ever read any John Grisham books?
I love Grisham.
Yes.
I like Grisham. I've read every book from Grisham.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I bought his earlier one, something about some students going to college. I forgot the name of it, but I never finished it.
I have all the Grisham books. I'm sorry, young lady, you have to be over 21 to join this call because we're imbibing in adult beverages.
I love you for that statement.
Yeah, almost wouldn't let me in until I showed him my my high dollar Lipton iced tea here.
I got into such trouble at a speaking engagement once. I love going in the audience and interacting and stuff. Gee, you remember? And I don't think I did it in San Diego, but I went to one guy and I said, "Oh, sir, I'm so glad you're here, and you brought your daughter. I love it." And it was his wife. And
Oh,
she loved it, and he got pissed. You could have a lot. The audience loved it, but he was like, "Leave me alone." You know.
oh no, that's so funny.
Just
Well,
traveling.
I do have some business questions for you.
Go for it.
Like I say, I'm trying to start this countertop business up, and what I'm going to do is I've got to learn how to use this damn camera and get it set to where I can film myself making these samples, and then set up a YouTube site, a website, YouTube site where I can put them on it, and then I want to write a book about how to do countertops. That would make me a recognized expert if I have a book.
Very easily. You have a laptop computer or you have a phone. Use Zoom.
Zoom, okay.
I use Zoom for all my recordings because Zoom has enhancement features.
Oh, okay.
Zoom will remove that Band-Aid. They'll trim your beard a little. They'll make they'll put makeup.
I don't want to trim my damn beard. I like my beard.
No, I know. But Zoom, I do all my recordings on Zoom, and then I edit them in QuickTime because sometimes you make mistakes or you want to take things out or whatever.
Yeah.
I usually do it in one take. I leave the boo-boos in there because I think people like a real person.
Yep.
And then and then I upload it to YouTube, which is so easy to do. You just click on the little button on the top. It's a little camera. You click it and you upload it. And you make these little 2, 3, 5-minute videos. Okay. You talk about my secret of making the best kitchen tabletops. 5 mistakes I made when I was learning how to make tabletops. 3 of the best materials I use. You talk about your failures, successes, little mistakes you made, and you make little 2, 3, 4-minute videos. And at the end of every video, you put it. You give yourself, hey, if you have questions about this or whatever, or you need a quote or you need help, just call me. I answer my own phone.
Yeah.
What's that sign say?
I've heard that before.
Yeah. All Claudia and I do, we don't have a fancy office or we don't have employees all over the place. All I do is talk to a few people every day. I use the gut sales method. I ask questions. What's your problem? What's your biggest challenge? What would you like to see? What's the result you want to see at the end of this phone call, Mr. George? What would you like to see happen, sir? And people like when you treat them with when you show an interest, when you show respect. People really like that.
Instead of hammering them with a hard close every third word.
It's so easy to persuade a person. How do you persuade a person? You get them to like you, respect your knowledge, use a little bit of authority that's in their best interest, and get them to eventually trust you. And when you can do that on a consistent basis with total strangers, cold calls, follow-up, or even warm calls, you're going to see that the math, the algorithms of closing, just your biggest problem, if you put out a little social media content, Randy, will be that you will have too much business and you'll have to raise your prices because you're going to be in such demand that you'll be overwhelmed. That's what we call a good, right?
Yeah, good.
Jessica, where are you? You're like Carmen San Diego. You're always somewhere else. Where are you today?
I'm in Huntsville tonight, but I'll be in Las Vegas tomorrow. And on Wednesday,
right.
I'll be back in San Diego. Then I'll be over in London, and then Belgrade, and then back to the United States.
Woo!
What are you, a CIA spy or something?
What's that?
Say, what are you, a CIA spy? CIA spy or something?
I know. I look innocent and everything, but no. I've got businesses in California. My fiance is here in Huntsville, Alabama, with his job. And my family live overseas. I'm actually British and Canadian citizen, and I've got my American green card now. So my family are in Europe, and then I'm actually going to go have an exciting stem cell treatment in Belgrade
I've never heard the word exciting in stem cell treatment in the
Oh
same
yes.
sentence.
Oh yes. They're going to treat my type 1 diabetes since I've had it since a child, and they're going to treat my body with stem cells, and I'm very excited because
Let me know how that goes because I got type 2 and I would love to get rid of it.
oh yeah, I know. I'm very excited. I think type 2 is different. Mine is an autoimmune disease. So the body attacks its own cells. So I have to find out if it's also suitable for type 2, and I will.
My cousin's daughter is type 1.
Is she? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'll definitely keep everybody posted. And it's a natural, it's from your own body. They take it from your bone marrow, which they did last time I was there. They took some stem cells from my bone marrow, but it didn't hurt. They did it under an anesthetic, and I didn't have any pain after or anything, which I was surprised. I thought it would be sore. And then they're gonna use them for this treatment. So I'm quite excited.
Now, do you have to follow a special diet?
I do follow a diet, a very special diet, as clean as I can. Lots of fruit and vegetables. I try not to eat hardly any meat. I eat a little bit of meat. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the tequila, of course. Don't forget about the tequila, right?
Yeah, the new guts tequila diet.
Oh, there you go.
A friend of mine had a stem cell treatment on in his, I think it was his neck, or I believe it was his neck or his shoulder.
Okay.
And he had to follow a special diet for like 3 months or 6 months, but the pain is gone because it was his neck, because the doctors told him they're going to have to fuse like 3 or 4 vertebrae, and he'd never be able to bend that section of his back again or section of his neck again.
Wow.
And he went down and spent like 10 grand having somebody in Atlanta do a stem cell treatment for him. And he had to follow this really strict diet for like 3 months or 6 months. But this has been several years, no pain. It hasn't come back. He says the best money he ever spent.
Wow. I'd like to know more about where he went and stuff, because I'm going all the way to Europe right now. But I can't get what I'm having in the United States right now. But I would like to know if there's something closer to home.
Okay.
Because
I will find out because he went to a guy in Atlanta.
okay, that's really.
I'll pass it through. I'll send it to Claude and he can get it to you.
Okay. I know G would be willing to donate his stem cells after he finishes that bottle of Don Julio.
Yes, there you go. That'll amp them up.
Show everybody that $65 bottle of tequila you brought today.
Wow,
Yeah,
fancy.
He's drinking the
So,
good.
so Claude, I gotta confess, I made a mistake. This is actually the $65 one.
Oh,
This is like $55.
Oh, okay.
What's the difference?
A little bit bigger.
Yeah, well, it's the difference. The difference is in you see the label. One of them says reposado at the bottom,
Right.
Yeah.
and the other one says añejo right here.
Right.
So I found out the difference, and this sits for 1 to 3 years, and this is for a couple months.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, very good.
That's
They
the
have
difference.
there's the one tequila. After I do my next deal, I'm going to buy a bottle. It's the Azul. It comes in the beautiful white and blue bottle, and the big bottle is $360.
Wow.
The little bottle is like 170 or something like that.
Wow. Wow.
It's really good stuff.
Yeah.
Really good. So Randy, content marketing is your key. Take pictures, put them on Instagram, do little 2-minute videos, upload those videos into YouTube, real easy. And you can do it on your iPhone even. I mean, if you really, I don't think you get the same quality as you will on Zoom from a laptop. But the quality is, I mean, it depends how close you want to get to your work there when you want to show it off.
Well, I don't believe in perfection, so I'm not going to get real close.
Yeah.
Also, I would suggest you get on Yelp, YELP.
Yeah.
There was somebody today going in. I love Yelp.
Yeah.
when you need a plumber, an electrician, or a handy person or something like that. And I use Yelp all the time, and I look through the reviews. It's not foolproof, okay, but a lot of time I got a great plumber the one time that I needed, and if somebody today is typing in Atlanta, Georgia, I need some kitchen countertops. Where do I go? Do they just go into Google? Do they go to Home Depot? Or do they go into a general thing and they want to learn and they want to watch some videos? And if you're the guy who just did a video a day ago, you're going to get priority because of the time frame. Because you ever notice that people can sort by the amount
by latest,
the latest and everything. And if you're the latest or you're geographically prominent to that person, you're going to get positioned very well.
Okay.
Yeah. Content marketing changed everything about my business. When people see you and maybe you don't have special effects, you're not the fanciest guy or girl in the world or everything, but when people see you and they feel you're genuine, I think that's very attractive to a lot of people. What do you guys think?
Definitely.
Thank you, dear. She said yes. Yeah. Well, I got to think about it. I got to ask my wife. Hey, honey, I'll ask my wife. Hey, honey. I do this all the time.
And she said it was okay.
Yeah. My wife, hey, G, my wife just said it's okay. So if you want to go ahead and buy this $2 million condominium behind the Walmart, I'm ready to do business.
Let's do it, Claude.
Let's do it. There you go. Sometimes it's really amazing what you can do in one phone call using the right words and creating that just nice environment. Okay, that friendly, and where all the stress, you get people on the phone, they get a little pissy. Everybody's wound a little tight after 2 years of COVID, true?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, everybody's a little bit crazy, right? I mean, people are fighting on airplanes about masks for God knows how long. I think if we make someone comfortable, if we make them laugh, or if we say that, hey, I understand your problem. I have the same issue too. And, suppose there was a solution that could get solved in a timely manner within your budget. That's not something, sir, if I could get you the countertops for your 25th wedding anniversary for your lovely bride, and I could do it within your budget and we could get it done in the next 3 weeks. That's not something you want to commit to right now, is it? That was a question. It was not rhetorical. And you say yeah, and you hope they say yes, because you're kind of leading them along the way. You've got the carrot at the end of the stick for the donkey. Okay, you're leading them there, and you even go negative or positive, the redirection. I love the redirection. I do it automatically now. I don't even know I'm doing it sometimes. That's the best part.
Well, I'd like to, but let me think about it.
Now, you know what, sir? I don't want you to do that. I want you to let's just say no right now. It's over. You know why I said that, sir?
No, I'm really interested. I've got to talk to my wife.
Now, let's say it's over. It's over. It's done. You know what? I don't want you to do anything you're uncomfortable with. People usually want to do business with me because they know I have limited time and I'm very busy. And I don't want you to do anything that you're not comfortable with. It's over. We're still friends. Don't worry. And maybe you'll call me back in a couple of years. But instead of having those beautiful kitchen marble, Italian thaw marble counters that I could do for you right now, because I have a window of opportunity, yeah, we're going to just pass on that right now. I've made that decision, sir. It's over.
Oh man, if I leave that burned countertop there much longer, my wife's going to kill me. I got to do something.
Well, sir, on one hand, you tell me you want to think about it, and now on the other hand, you're worried about disappointing your bride. Help me out. I'd like to earn your trust and do business with you right now. What should we do next?
Oh hell, let's do it.
You're a man of the world. Thank you, sir.
There it is.
I mean, it sounds corny sometimes, doesn't it? I mean, it sounds, but it's amazing when you take it away from people. Sometimes they want it even more. What did Al Pacino say in Godfather 3? Somebody do it. Who does a good Al Pacino in this room?
Not me.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back.
Pulled me back in.
Yes. That's good.
That's my good. Yeah. I've been watching.
Yeah,
Anybody want to hear my Julia Child?
Sure.
no.
Sure. Yes. I do.
I've been watching Julia on HBO. God, I love it. It's so fun. What a character she was.
She's cool.
Oh, she was very cool. She was so ahead of her time, and she did something she loved.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what comes through on that series on HBO or Apple TV. I'm not sure now. Doggone it.
Yeah.
It's really good. Woman was amazing.
Yeah.
Good. It is 5 o'clock here in beautiful Southern California. Anybody have a last request or a question before we go, or do we just say salute?
Let's see.
Salute.
Salute. Here we go, baby.
And happy days.
Happy
1,433 times.
There we go. Everybody have a wonderful.
Say a prayer for me. How about that?
We'll say a prayer for you. Everybody say a prayer for Jessica. And Cinco de Mayo, big holiday here. What are you guys doing for Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Corona.
It's a big holiday. Mexico defeated the French.
Oh yeah.
They're not a damn thing.
Everybody have a safe, wonderful, happy weekend. Thanks for joining Beer with Claude. We'll see you later. Take care.
Thank you.
See y'all later. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye.